Incredible Discourse.
Hi everyone, welcome to Credible Discourse, a series where we're going to be exploring archaeology and the Japanese archipelago. So sometimes we're going to be leaning a little bit more towards archaeology, and sometimes we'll be leaning a little bit more towards the Japanese archipelago. But either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. Two very exciting and sometimes difficult subjects. One of the reasons it makes them difficult is that the Japanese archipelago tends to be complicated. And from an archaeological standpoint, there's not a lot of materials in English on the Japanese archipelago. So we're going to be exploring it and doing some translation, putting it into English, and getting people involved. And as far as archaeology is concerned, it's a difficult subject. It's hard to look at artifacts and remnants of civilizations and peoples and try to recreate how they lived in the past. But that's what we're going to try to do here on Credible Discourse. Also on this channel, I want to experiment with different ways of disseminating information, essentially taking academic knowledge and information and communicating it to a wider audience. And I think that this is something really important that needs to happen in terms of the way that academia engages with the general public. So I think this is a really important step and a kind of experiment I'm doing in and of itself. In archaeology, there's a lot of information and a lot of interesting topics that go completely unappreciated solely for the fact that they're not put into a palatable format. So this is one thing that I want to work on and try to take care of here on this platform. So whether you've never heard of archaeology before or are currently in school for archaeology, this channel is going to have something for you. We're going to be dealing with all sorts of things in archaeology. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of different interesting topics, a lot of different ways of approaching archaeology, of approaching how we understand the past. And because so much of how we live our lives today is based off of an understanding of the past, it's really prevalent information and prevalent topics that really help us to reflect on the way we live our lives today. If you like what you see on this channel, you may also want to check out the Credible Discourse podcast. It's a weekly podcast where we dive into more of the archaeology of the Japanese archipelago. And in this podcast, we mainly focus on the Jomon to Kofun period, which is an exciting and controversial period of time. So if you like this, hope you check it out and let me know what you think. So I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, click like. If you liked it a lot, click subscribe. Even if you didn't like it a lot, click subscribe. And I hope to see you next time on Credible Discourse.
Incredible Discourse.